Hey RAD Company, RAD27 back here, and I want to do a cool video for you guys, the saddest places in Skyrim. I've seen a lot of cool lists out there, and I wanted to cover it. The idea is to kind of highlight some of the really cool places in Skyrim you still might not know of, and I plan on doing a series of just showing you cool things in Skyrim that's probably overlooked by the average player. First place that's really darn sad is if you go outside Riften, you'll find this Lost Prospect Mines cave, and over here you'll come and find a journal inside this mine, and there's not much to behold inside this cave. It really seems empty. But when you read the miner's journal, it says, just when you think you've hit bottom, sometimes the age will throw you a rope. Since the rebels took over the mines in these parts, I haven't been able to find work anywhere. And along comes Byrne, my old partner, with the deed to some old mine in the hills. It's been too long since we did a job together. What, 4 years now? Nice to finally work with someone who knows the business. Sounds like the place was a steal, too. Then, the next entry. No one sells a mine for a song. I figured the place would be in bad shape, but not this bad. Barely a glorified cave. There may have been gold here once, but we don't have a vein to start with. We struck out at random, 3 weeks of digging in the lower tunnels, but nothing to show for it yet. Next entry. Nothing, no gold, no gems, no ore, not even any useful stone. The rocks around here crumble the moment you stack one on top of the other. I'm ready to toss it in, but Byrne wants to keep on going. Just a little farther, Hadrid. We're so close, Hadrid. Bah! Byrne wants me to head back to Riften for supplies next week. Might give me a chance to cool down. Next entry. So I come back and nothing. No sign of Byrne. It's like he just up and left. No blood, no struggle. He just ran out on me, I suppose. I've waited 3 days and he's not coming back. I'm going to head back to Riften and see if I can find him or find some other work there. No sense in wasting any more time here. Byrne, if you find this, I expected better from you. And once you make an impossible jump past the waterfall, you will actually find Byrne's old body laid there destroyed. He finally struck gold, but a collapsed ceiling, the rocks came down and murdered him. So his best friend never walked out on him. They struck gold, but it just wasn't their time, and just bad luck. And it's kind of depressing to be like, oh, Byrne was just doing his job, and they did it. But it didn't work out. Oh, the depression gets worse. Oh, we can't wait. This one is deemed Friends Forever, and it is another depressing scenario in the horrible world that is Skyrim. That is also a wonderful world. It's so weird. But you can see here, a friend was caught in a bear trap, and the other friend stood with him till death. He could have roamed free, but he stood by his side while they both died together because he was trapped. How depressing is that? What a great friendship. But man, to have your life end just like that, it's a little frustrating. And no note, no journal. He just, without a doubt, just stood by his friend's side till it was all over. Oh, Skyrim, you break our hearts. The next sad place in Skyrim is actually called the Morning Giant. And what happened is his mammoth that they love so dearly in this game died inside these horrible poison cesspools or hot springs. And I actually caught a random encounter where a tiger attacks the giant and he dispatches the tiger quickly. But then you'll see that even if I approach him, he is not aggressive. He is just mourning his mammoth. Absolutely heartbroken. This giant will not engage you. Probably if you attack him, I would imagine, but just being near him, he won't be as aggressive as they normally are. Looking into their eyes in first person, absolute sorrow you can see in the giant's face, and it breaks your heart to see his best friend dead there. He's just waiting in the swamp. It's something, Bethesda, my goodness, you're just pulling at the heartstrings. Northeast of Dawnstar, we can find the next of our sad encounters called the Lover's Tent. Now, I was told you could find their bodies down the stream after a nightly stroll, but I could not find that. In fact, I dug deeper. Now, what you can find here on different occasions is you'll see flowers all about and sweet rolls, and you'll actually find an amulet Amara at one point. Sometimes it spawns, sometimes it doesn't, and I'll show you when it does spawn in just a second here. But you could tell that these two lovers here went out for a walk, or something happened to them where they disappeared. Upon further investigation, I could not find these bodies that were supposed to turn up downstream as the sad story goes. Instead, I found out if you go to a local cave and you clear this cave and you read the journals, you'll actually find out that this person was a necrophiliac that kept stealing women, murdering them, and reanimating them and having sex with them. And you complete the layer, you can find tons of bodies laid out inside the cave of many different women. So you can at least make some conjecture that one of the people in the tent, if it was a woman, probably was taken by this horrible, horrible necromancer, and terrible things happened. Why, Skyrim? Why you gotta be like that? The next place is northwest of Morthal. You'll actually look around a bit, and it's unmarked, and you will find these caravans laid out, people dead all around them. This poor dog staying with his master, always faithful to the end. You'll find that a lot with these dogs, and it's heartbreaking, but you will see everyone dead, looted, and on fire. Upon further investigation, a nearby cave you will find. And inside this cave, you'll end up finding a horrid Falmer infestation inside Chillwood Depths. When you go around murdering everybody and clearing out this cave, you'll end up finding some information regarding what happened. You'll find a couple notes previous saying that these attacks are too organized to be any beasts, but when you find Führer, he will leave a note that reads, "They fell upon us at dusk, dozens of them. The caravan guards were dead in moments. They took everyone else back to the pens, blinded those who tried to resist. One by one, they've taken the others away, feeding us to those monstrosities, or worse. I don't have much time left. Edith, my love, if you ever get this, forgive me. Führer." And it's heartbreaking again, another love story that ends in sadness and death. Our next sad story can be found in the Ratway Warrens underneath Riften, and the big deal here is when you're trying to find Esteburn, you might actually run into Salvanus, who actually tells you about his participation in the Great War. You can get some hints at it, and he has some sort of PTSD. Now, that's not sad enough. Later on, you'll actually find out the Thalmor break in during your story mission when you're trying to talk to Esteburn, and you'll hear him say, "No, you can't be here. I've already killed you over and over again." So he's actually having an episode or a trigger, and it's so sad to see that this poor guy who's lost everything, run away, and is suffering from PTSD is still followed by Thalmor agents, even though he tried to seek seclusion from the horrors he saw. No, you can't be here. You're all dead. Our next sad location is northwest of the Winterhold College or northeast of Dawnstar in the Pilgrim's Trench. When you go there, you will find a body left over and a note beside the body. So we can assume whoever was here waiting died. And waiting, you say? Well, let's just read the note. "Shelley, your ship should have arrived weeks ago. I fear the worst has happened. I've set up camp at this rock as your ship should pass by here, and hopefully one of these days we'll be together again. If you're reading this, I'm probably out hunting or bringing some supplies. I'll be waiting here until I see you again. Faithfully yours, Tyrus." And once again, upon further investigation, we can find more remains from her ship that actually crashed. You can find many ships at the bottom of the sea. I'd recommend using some kind of spell to increase your water breathing. It allows me to breathe underwater for 2 minutes. And I was able to explore and find many ships. This is one of them, but you can make as much conjecture as you want that one of these was Shelley's ship, and she didn't have a chance to make it because she crashed. Think about him waiting there all day, every day, until his last days before he died, waiting for someone that was never going to come, just because of love. Oh, Skyrim. Our last sad story, thankfully, is in Windown, and is during the Dark Brotherhood mission, Blood on Ice. You make a choice with Dragonborn if you end up murdering the daughter of Tova Shattershield after her other daughter was already taken by the Butcher in the quest line, The Butcher. Now, if they both die, you'll actually get a sad suicide note because Tova Shattershield can't handle it anymore because both of her daughters have been taken from her, and you helped in that. You'll find this note by her bedside. First, Fragga, now Nisine. How can I bear the loss of a second daughter when I'm barely over the death of the first? I simply cannot find any reason to continue living. My 2 little girls are gone. The lights of my life have been extinguished. My only hope now is to be reunited with them in the halls of Sovngarde. If the internals can suffer the company of one who has taken her own life, if not, then whatever my soul may end up in oblivion or elsewhere has to be better than this terrible existence. Farewell, remember me fondly and often, Tova Shattershield. Wow, what a great heartbreaker to end on. And just remember, you caused that if you chose that decision not to spare her child. So anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please give me a comment, give me some feedback, give me a rating. If you didn't like it, give me a dislike. If you did like it, give it a like. I want to do more stuff like this. I enjoy facts and cool storylines behind stuff, and there's lots of sad Skyrim stories, lots of unmarked places in Skyrim that I'd be happy to show you guys. So I plan on doing all kinds of gaming series, as you know, lots of discussions, theories, and ideas. So if you do enjoy this, please let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys!